G'day folks, welcome back. It's Mitchell here again from Curious Legends. Today we have a very special workshop for you called Spoontales. So Saturday's workshop, kids were running one way and running the other and doing all kinds of fun stuff. We're going to do a bit of that today, but actually what we're going to do is create puppets out of all kinds of objects and materials you find at home. Before we start, I'm Mitchell and I'd like to invite Georgia to come on up and be a part of this workshop. Georgia! Georgia! Oh, here she is.
Hi, I'm Georgia Gaffney and I'm a puppeteer with Curious Legends.
So, Georgia's there, I'm here, we need to practice good social distancing, being far apart, like everyone should right now if they go out in public. And what we're going to do is create a very fun workshop, but before we start, let's do a little bit of a warm-up. So, let's all shake, 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 yep. Shake, 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 shake. And then as I play my whistle, I want you to be the kind of animal I say that Georgia is going to demonstrate. Let's get everyone being cats. Go. Freeze. I want you to be mice looking for food. Go. Freeze. I want you to be jumping cheeky monkeys. Go. Freeze. I want you to be a ball somebody is bouncing. And I want you to be back to yourself again. And shake, 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 shake. Now the other member of our crew I'm going to introduce you to is Josh. Hey Josh!
Hi guys, how you going?
Josh is behind the scenes. If you've got any comments that you want to say to us, you can send them through on Facebook. So some of you might be watching this on our website. Others will be watching on Facebook Live. You can't actually comment currently on the website. You can comment on Facebook Live. And if you go to our YouTube channel, you can make comments there as well. So, George, you know what the next thing is?
I don't know, what is the next thing?
I reckon we better set up a big table.
For who?
So, at home, I want everyone to clear the space a little bit. If you can, get a table together this time where you can make puppets and materials. So this is our special puppet table for today. So George is going to sit on one side and I'm going to sit on the other. Okay. Now, if you looked on our website before the workshop, you would have seen a few things to gather. Georgia, have you gotten any materials yet?
Oh, not yet, but I'm sure we could find some.
Well, I haven't either. So this is what I want everyone to do. If you haven't gotten materials yet, you've got a couple minutes to run around your house and get them. Things you could get might be markers.
Yeah, maybe some tape.
Maybe some string.
Maybe some cardboard.
Maybe old cardboard boxes that you can cut up.
Maybe the little plastic bits that come inside the cardboard too.
Maybe mobile phone chargers.
Ooh, maybe a glove.
Maybe glasses and cups. And don't run with scissors. Are you ready to get the materials?
Yes.
Georgia and I are going to run about our studio and see if we can find them. On your marks, get set, go! Oh, friend there, up. Mobile phone chargers, cardboard boxes, plastic.
Tapes and some brushes.
Tape, scissors I am not running with, pens, string, muesli bar boxes. There's always some of these about our studio. Whew. Lots of stuff. Have you gotten things at home yet? If you have and you're on Facebook, some of you send in some comments to let us know what you've got. We'd love to hear it. Now, let's see. I have black, red and green marker.
I've got blue, black and orange.
I've got a mobile phone charger.
I've got a dustpan brush.
I have my tin whistle.
I found some tongs.
Muesli bar box.
Some tea bags.
Another muesli bar box and random plastic. Oh, this was our microphone cable.
I found an old tissue box that has got no tissues left in it.
Don't know what this was too, but it's a bits of plastic and styrofoam.
I found this nifty blue cup.
This almost looks like it could be a puppet already. Ah! And string, tape and scissors.
Oh, me too.
Hey, Mr. Georgia,
Yeah.
a person named Anir says hello. They're running around and they've found pencils, tape, staplers and egg cartons.
Fantastic, Anir. That is awesome. Tape is good if you have it, fine if you don't, or some string. Doesn't need to be masking tape, can also be sticky tape. Do not wrap yourself up in it. Do not wrap your sister up in it either, or brother. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do, well, I tell you what, let's wait a moment longer to see if anyone still has things they're getting around the house. Okay, moment time. Right, so what we're gonna do now is I want you to choose one of these objects in front of you that you're actually going to animate. So we haven't gotten to making the puppets yet because in front of you, you actually have heaps of puppets. This is called object theatre. I'm gonna choose this ball of string. Georgia and I are gonna do a demonstration and then we'll show you at home how to do it too.
I'm gonna pick a brush.
And that is an example of object theatre. So, how many of you at home have ever played with objects and made them talk before? Georgia and I do it a lot. If you've done something like that with objects before, send in the name of something that you've turned into a puppet or character. Do you know what? Sometimes at home, I even do it with my food. Okay, so the very first thing I want you to do is this. Grab any kind of object in front of you that you want to turn into a puppet. I'm going to clear a bit of space so you can see your work. George is going to take the brush. I'm going to go back to this bit of string. Now, my object has a tail. That's what this is. And it can also move a bit. So, very first thing is this. Hands off your puppet. This means your puppet's inanimate. It means it's not animated. So the first thing you want to do is pop your hands on the object and then it's sleeping, but you want it to breathe a little bit. So show me how your object breathes when it's sleeping and what sounds it makes. That's it. And if any of you want to video yourself doing this and send it in to us, we might even show people in the next workshop we do. Okay, the next thing, I want your object to wake up. How does it move when it wakes up? How does your object look for food? Because it's woken up and it's breakfast time. If yours is a predator like mine, it might see someone else's object and want to eat it. Come, 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 come. And then, how does your object act? How does your puppet act when it's very frightened and scared? Mine wants to hide. And how does your puppet act when it creeps out and sees something that it loves? And how does your puppet go back to sleep? And when you're ready, take your hand off your puppet again and it just becomes back to what it was before, a brush and a ball of string. What are some of the objects people out there were working with? Write in and tell us, what were you doing? What was your object that you were doing? Later on, I'd love you to send us a video of it. Now, we're going to talk you through how to turn these random objects into puppets. They're called junk puppets because we make them out of junk. Now, one thing you can do before you get to using tape and string and scissors is you can take objects and you can combine them to be something else. Georgia, do you want to show us?
Yeah, well, I still really like this brush. I think it's got a lot of character. But maybe we could add some other objects to it to just give it a little bit more life. So how about this blue teacup? If I put it there, does it sort of look like a face a little bit? How else could I make it a face? Maybe it needs some eyes. So a good way is maybe I use my sunglasses that I found. So if I put sunglasses on, suddenly I've got a face.
Let's see what kind of face it is. I'm going to use this puppet too.
Oi, you over there. What are you doing? You're meant to be at home.
A ball of string wasn't very good at social isolation, I'm sorry. I think a lot of us feel like that.
That was also a very grumpy teacup.
It was a very grumpy teacup. Maybe, I'm not sure what kind of character that was. You can tell us what kind of character they think it was. Anyone? Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a different type of puppet. Georgia, do you want to take us through what we're going to do?
Alrighty, so when I was running around my house, all around the studio, looking for something interesting, I really like the look of these tongs. They've already got something in them that makes them move, which is really fun. And plus, you know, you can pinch people with them like a...
Hey, back!
So, I thought it might be fun to make these into an animal. Because there's already a lot of animals in the wild that have big snopping mouths like an alligator or a crocodile.
Hang on. Snackagator?
Snackagator sounds fabulous.
Snackagator.
So, if we're thinking about crocodiles and alligators, they've got lots of legs. How many legs do they have again?
4?
4?
4.
Alrighty. So, I've got these chopsticks here. So let's make these into legs. Going to be using our trusty tape. And I might even pull some strips off early and stick them to the table. So you don't have to watch me doing this.
Now, if you have sticky tape at home, you can also use that. You could use gaffer tape, you could use electrical tape, you could use any kind of tape you like. We just happen to have a lot of masking tape around the studio, and we thought we would use that.
So I'm going to sticky tape our first set of legs up here around the bottom jaw. I'm going to get one of my strips, and I'm going to stick it around just like a figure 8 around the chopstick.
So if you don't have chopsticks and like little snapping alligator jaw things, you can really do anything you like with the materials you've gathered in front of you. So while George is doing that, I'll just talk you through. So you might look at these and think, maybe I'll make these be an opening, snapping mouth. Maybe I'll turn this into a snapping mouth. If I can open it again. Anything really can become an alligator that snaps and has jaws. I could even make an alligator out of these. Ha! Really, two things that clap together can work.
What about a lunchbox, Mitch?
A lunchbox.
A lunchbox is a snapping mouth.
Lunchbox would work as a snapping mouth? Could be all kinds of things. Okay,
Oh.
so George is almost finished making this here, but I reckon we need some feet.
Otherwise, he's just floating in the water, isn't he? Alrighty.
It doesn't look too much like a crocodile yet, but we'll get there.
How about we use these? So these are the tea bags that I found earlier. And the fun thing about tea bags is they've already got their own string. So they already sit really nice when you drop them down. So how about we use these as feet? And I'm just going to wrap it around the chopstick. And then coming back to our trusty tape, I might tape these on so they don't fall off.
Who else is making an alligator at home or a different type of puppet? Send in a message to us on Facebook and let us know what you're creating at home. If you can send us a picture, we'd love to see it. What are you making there at home? Okay, so George has almost got the legs there on. There's the front legs, and then she'll do the back legs. And when she finishes the back legs, we'll take it for a bit of a walk and see how it looks. Now, I'm just going to think about the next one that we're going to create. So, some of the stuff you might have at home, if you found cardboard boxes like this, muesli bar boxes, you can actually create puppets out of this. So, as George is finishing, I'll just start talking you through this one. So what you need to do is figure out some way to create eyes on this box. How would you create eyes on this? Let me try drawing eyes on and seeing if that works.
So Mitch and Georgia,
Yeah?
Femi and Lita are making mice.
Mice! I love mice! What are you making the mice out of, Femi and Lita? Sometimes when you do this, you just need to experiment. Some things work and some don't. So I've done a circle there, but it's a bit hard to see as an eye, isn't it? I can kind of see it, but they might get lost. I know. Why don't I try and put some tape on first and see if that works?
Griffin is making a wool crocodile.
A what?
A woolen crocodile.
A woolen crocodile, Griffin. That's so exciting.
He sounds like a very nice crocodile. I think that the Snackigator would really get along with that crocodile.
So Griffin, does your crocodile like eating things if it's woolen? See, Georgia and I have a bit of differences when we're making puppets. I almost always like making puppets that eat things. Georgia's puppets are a little bit more cuddly and nicer. So here we go. I've got, maybe I'll try a green marker too. I've got a little strip here that I'm going to use to draw the eyes on. Oh, it looks like your Snackigator's almost finished. Okay, I'll draw one eye. Oh, I can see that now. What do you think, Georgia?
Oh, that's heaps better.
Yeah. Draw a second eye there. And I'm going to give it pupil. Oh, the Snackigator's ready. Whoa. Take a look at this, folks. See, just with tea bags and sticks, it can move to the side. Should we introduce the Snackigator to our string? The cheeky string?
Well, the cheeky string might not be a good string for the Snackigator, but Griffin says his woolen crocodile likes to eat fish, and Freya is making a paper cup puppy.
Oh.
Paper cup puppy. Oh, wow.
Griffin says he only eats foil fish.
I'd love to see some of that foil fish, Griffin. And your paper cup puppy, Freya, sounds awesome. Okay, let's see how these go together. String wasn't afraid of that puppet at all. I was surprised. I thought it would be. Okay, let's go back to this one. So, if I'm creating eyes, there's our little granola puppet here. I'm going to create little pupils in the corner. I have to say Georgia is heaps better drawing eyes than I am, but I'm going to have a go of it. Sometimes you just got to try things. And there we go. There's our little puppet there. What do you think, Georgia?
Oh, he's so cute. He's a bit cross-eyed.
He is a bit cross-eyed. Okay, here we go, and he's got little eyelashes here too. I feel like he needs a nose, and same problem. Hard to draw a nose on this. So, I'm going to use more masking tape. Let's put some masking tape across here.
And while Mitch is doing that, I decided to copy his idea of using a bit of masking tape for some eyes. But that's okay. It's okay to share ideas.
Yeah, definitely. We do all the time. In fact, you could say our whole theatre company is based off of sharing lots of ideas. Okay. So what we've done, I've created a little space there for the nose, and then I'm going to draw the nose on. Green, black, or red nose?
Oh, red. Definitely red.
Red nose it is. There's different noses like this. There's one nose there. There's another nose there. And I'm going to colour that in. I will call that a nose.
And if you are following at home and we might be moving a little bit too quick for you, we'll try to make sure this video is available later for you so you can watch it again in case you want to make something like the Snacker-gator.
You can even, like if you watch it later, it's really good because you can even make us go backwards.
Or twice as fast.
Hi everyone, I'm Mitchell. It's even more fun when you do it at home after the video finishes. Okay, here's my nose. Then the last thing we need is a mouth. Now, when you do puppets, there are a couple ways you can animate them. One is you can just make it move. Kind of like what you did with the object theatre. Another thing you can do though, is you can give it a moving part. And that often is what makes the difference between a sculpture and a puppet. Puppets move. Puppets usually have some kind of moving part. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how to make a moving mouth out of this. Now, this is the point where kids, if you are using scissors, please find an adult to help you use them as well, particularly if you're small, because I don't want anyone to get pierced by scissors. So, what you need to do, find your friendly adult, and then adults, you're going to make a little hole here that you and the kids can cut around. I'm going to make my hole here. There we go. You see how you make a hole. Who else out there is doing something out of cardboard? Write in so I've got an idea. What else are you making? Are you making things out of cardboard? Okay. So what I've done, see how I've made that hole? Ooh, I like that. That could even be a mouth like this. But that's still a sculpture, it doesn't move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut, like I'm cutting a frowny mouth, around. Josh, any more comments, feel free to interrupt me and tell us what they are.
I haven't had any for a while, but
Okay.
Femi and Lita was telling us about what their mice eat.
Oh, what do your mice eat, Femi and Lita?
So they have yellow cardboard cheese.
Oh,
Oh, have you made the yellow cardboard cheese? That's really cool. Okay, so here's the mouth. It's a little bit lopsided, but that's okay. So I've done a mouth like this. Now, I could animate it just by holding it. Hi, pleased to meet you. I could animate it by sticking a rod onto the bottom. It's called a rod puppet. So to do that, I would take a little bit of sticky tape and I would put it on. If this was going to be more permanent, I would wrap the sticky tape around that way and the back and around this, but I just want to demonstrate because we're actually going to do something else with it. So if you're doing a rod puppet, pop it on the bottom, and then that rod is what moves it up and down. Hey, pleased to meet you. Hey.
lovely to meet you too, sir.
But what we're going to do is a step further. So, if you have string at home, this is where you grab your string. If you don't have string, you might be able to do it from tape, or probably even just making the rod one would be easier. So you want to have a piece of string that can wrap all the way around the back of it, like this, yeah? So you want to make it a bit longer than you think you'll need, because you can always cut it shorter, and you cut the string. Then, again, adults need to help with this. You would make a hole in the box there. And what you do is you take your string and you feed it through the hole. It's like your puppet just pierced its lip. Some people get lips pierced. Okay. And what you want to do is you take the string and you want to make it halfway like that, yeah? And then you just do one tie, like you're tying your shoes, and another tie, you're making just a simple granny knot. Okay, now we can pull it open one way, but it doesn't go the other way yet. So what you do is this. You see how you take the string, you feed it in the box, and then you pull it through like this. That's what closes the top. Then you flip it around the back, and you tie the back like this. See how I'm tying that? Now I've got heaps of string left over, which is quite good. I'll tie the back here and tie it again. Now with my extra string, I can just cut it and we'll test it. So if I've done it right, in the back, if I pull the back up, the mouth should open, and if I pull the back down, the mouth should close. So let's pull it up. Here it is. So, pleased to meet you. So I can already tell with this one, I made the hole a little bit too close to the middle. It wasn't close enough to the edge. So what I'm feeling is that when I do this, I'm having to yank it a little bit, which is fine. It just means that instead of speaking, this puppet I made wants to go, rah, rah. Now the other thing you can do with this is you can colour the lip inside. Like this, I'm going to colour this black. Now while I finish up this, Georgia, do you want to talk us through the next puppet that you're going to make?
Definitely. Alrighty, Snackigator, move away. Let's make some space. Now we've got puppets that are static, that don't move. We've got puppets that have mechanisms, like the Snackigator and like the mouth on our little box over there. I was thinking it'd be really nice if we did a puppet that we could just change the expressions on. So it could be happy and it can be sad and it could be surprised. If there's any sort of expression you would like this puppet to have, definitely message us in Facebook and I'll try to add it in while we're going along. So like happy, sad, funny, shouting, it could be sad, it could be lots of things. For this, I think I'm going to use this empty tissue box. And the reason I want to use this box is the fact that it's got so much empty space on the inside. If you've got a tissue box that has tissues in it, maybe ask mum and dad or take the tissues out. So with this, we're going to use this side because this is the side that has the easiest way to get your hand in and out of the box because we've got a little flap there.
You can use any box with this. Georgia just happened to have a tissue box. But if I wanted to use this one, I would do the same thing that Georgia's describing. It can be any box that works. Could you make a really big one?
We could
big
make
cardboard
a
box.
really big one.
That would be very fun. We should do that sometime.
Super cool. Alrighty, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark on the side, one line, and it's going to be about an inch. And I'm going to try to mark exactly the same side on the other side.
Chloe would love to see a laughing face on her puppet, and Femi says it could be a happy face.
Yes, let's do it. Now, looking at where those two little marks are, that's about the width of where I want the eye to show up. So we're going to mark a little box about there. Now, going back to what Mitch said earlier, whenever we're working with scissors, if you could get mum and dad or a responsible adult, this is that time. We are going to cut that line and we're just going to pop it in, cut down the length. We're going to do the same on the other side. Oh no, this one's a bit tricky. Being super duper careful. And we're going to cut out that box as well.
Now, while George is doing that, I'm just going to take you back to this one for a minute. So I've just trimmed the front of the lip. Hey, so I can speak a bit like this. Pleased to meet you. Bah! Ha ha ha. Ha. But I'm having to hold this up because it doesn't have any legs or arms, so I'm going to add some legs to it. So I'm going to create them out of this, and I'll show you in a minute what I've done. So back to you, Georgia.
Alrighty, so when it's all cut out, I've got a little hole in the front and I've got a slit on each side. It's pretty close to the same. I'm now going to take a bit of paper. I'm going to roughly measure how wide that hole is. So it's roughly about there. And I'm going to cut that strip all the way across. And we're going to use that for our eye for this puppet. Doesn't have to be perfect. We can always fix it up later. Alrighty, so what were those ones again, please, Josh? Our faces?
We wanted a happy face or a laughing face.
Okay, well, let's start with the eye. Oh no, I made it too wide. That was a bit silly. So let's just widen the cut on the side of the box.
How many people at home have made puppets before, and what kind of puppets have you made? I'm very interested to hear what people have done at home.
So our little slit that we cut in the side earlier, I'm going to pop the paper through that. I'm going to push it all the way through the box. And I'm going to push it out the other side through the other slit. This bit's a little bit tricky. But once it's in, we don't need to take it back out. There we go. So now we've got a bit of paper that can slide side to side. So let's draw an eye. I'm thinking blue.
Blue's a good colour.
Ania says she's made shadow puppets before with you at your show.
Oh, at where?
Your show.
At my show. Which show is that, Amnia? We are so looking forward to being able to get out and do shows again for people.
Chloe and Kate have made sock puppets.
Oh. Sock puppets are very cool. What kind of socks were they, Chloe and Kate?
Chloe said her sock puppet was a puppy. So I see a theme here. Chloe quite likes to make puppets puppies out of puppy puppets.
Chloe,
Puppeted.
do you like puppies or are you a puppy? Could be either.
Alrighty, so there's my eye done. So I can now slide this, and now he's looking around the room.
Fantastic.
So, we had some expressions earlier. We need to put those on too, but I might do those for the mouth. So for the mouth, we're doing the same thing. We're cutting two slits and a box, but we're going to do a little bit lower. So we're going to put them about here.
Can I get an idea too at home? Who's following on making similar puppets to what we're doing? And who's just having fun making puppets out of whatever they can find? While George is doing that, I'll just show you this one. See, I've started a couple of legs. Yip, 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 yip. Hey, I have legs now. Ah! I feel like he needs claws though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut little claws in here for toes.
So Ania says that the night show story about the tiger with all of the wonderful Indian dances.
Ah, the tiger, the holy man and the jackal. That actually was just around a corner from where we are now. It was a very fun show.
Chloe wants everyone to know that she loves her puppies and she has 2 of them.
Oh.
And Griffin says he's made lots of puppets. Animals, dinosaurs, transformers, crocodiles, superheroes. They were mostly out of paper. And yesterday,
wow.
He made a bird puppet, not one out of a bird.
Fantastic, Griffin. That sounds great, all of you. So what I've done here with this, actually, I've kind of given it claws, kind of given it toes because they're not sharp. So what I've done is I've just cut a little bit at the bottom and then I'm curving them around here. How are you going, Georgia?
Well, I've almost got the mouth done,
Okay,
and then
great.
we can draw some expressions.
Fantastic. Hey, by the way, tomorrow we have another really fun workshop. It's with a local artist called Alex Wagner. She is from Sketch It Live and it's going to be cartooning. So we'll do some theatre games to start and then we'll do a cartooning workshop with Alex. Then on Thursday, we're making shadow puppets again with me. And on Saturday, Zachary Watt from here in Newcastle is going to do sound production. So for more info about what we're up to these holidays, check out our website. It's curiouslegends.com.au and click on workshops and out of the box. Okay, so this is good, but the feet don't move very much. They can move a little bit like this. Feel like I just want to make a bend here so they can move a bit. There we go.
Chloe says she's seen the sand dragon that you've performed.
Oh, really? Gosh, that was a while ago.
Is that the sand dragon on the back wall, or?
That is, that's the Wish Dragon. The Sand Dragon was another show it's been a few years we've done. So Chloe, gosh, where did you see that show? Was it in Melbourne or was it up in Newcastle, I wonder? Here we go. Hup, 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 hup. Yep. Oh, that's pretty good. What do you reckon?
It's gorgeous.
Yep, yep. Maha. Hey. Oh, I can sit. I can sit and talk to people. Hey, I like that. Yeah. So a good thing if you're doing puppetry is to be able to look in a mirror or watch yourself doing it. Video works really well as well. So I don't have a mirror, but I can look back at the video later. Or I can even go around the top and think, oh, okay, that's what happens when I move it. So all of our puppets, when we do performances, we spend time thinking about how the audience will see it when it moves. Feeling like this needs some arms.
Does it?
So the Sand Dragon show was the one in Newcastle.
Okay, great.
Femi hasn't stopped making yellow cheese. And Lita has made a car for her mouse to ride around in.
Amazing! Please, kids, send us in pictures if you're happy for us to share them. We'd love to see them. If you go again on our not on our Facebook. If you go again to our website, curiouslegends.com.au, click on the workshops tab and go out of the box online series. You'll actually see a link to Dropbox where you can upload any kind of pictures or video to us for us to use. Or you should be able to send us a Facebook message too. That's really exciting. Okay, so what do you do when you have made a bunch of puppets? What do you do after it? Do you put them on a shelf? Do you recycle them? Do you throw them across the living room? What do you do? Some of you might. What do you do with puppets after you've finished making them? Any ideas? Well, what we're going to do in a little bit is we're going to do a little bit of a puppet show with the puppets we've made. There's another one that we want to show you first though before we start that. Okay, how's your puppet going, Georgia?
I think mine's pretty much well done. Here's my little box puppet. To me, he looks a little bit like a robot, especially since we can just be like, oh, oh no, I've ripped it. That's okay, it's a junk puppet, so that means we can fix it.
And I'm making a hand for my puppet that I'm going to put on the arm. When you're doing these kind of puppets, you can make them super detailed, or you can just do a little bit of work and then start playing with them. I tend to do that because I'm a bit impatient. But if you want to make like really differentiated fingers and all kinds of stuff, you can just spend more time doing it. So this is one arm that I've made for my puppet. And then I'm going to stick it on over here. I chose to make one of the corrugated arms. The corrugated means bumps because I can move it like this to the side. So, okay. Awesome, is that done?
Yeah, it's our shifty little robot.
Okay, do you want to show everyone how that animates and how it changes expressions?
Well, every time I slide, this is actually probably a really good one for that mirror trick that you just said, Mitch, because it's a bit tricky for me to see what's going on. But if I move his eye, he looks a little bit shifty just looking around the room. But we can also change the expression, so he's quite a happy fellow at the moment, but he can also be really, really mean, or he can be really, really shocked. What else could we add? Could we maybe have a nose that changes? Would that be weird? I'm not sure.
Could be all kinds of things.
All kinds of things.
Okay, so I'm almost finished this puppet here. And let's give it 3 fingers again. Okay. Go, like that. Okay, so here's his other arm that I've made. So I could spend heaps of time and do a really detailed arm, but for now I just want something I can put on the side so I can start playing with it. Now, the other thing we might do is put his right arm, which is this one, is kind of down by his side, and this is the arm that's going to move. So what we're going to do is I'll add, I need something I can make a pole out of for this, so I'm going to make a bit of a rod puppet. Maybe I'll use this other piece of cardboard here. There we go. And I'll cut a long bit here for my microphone case. So when you're making junk puppets, you can really make anything, but you're a little bit restricted by the materials you've got. So you need to find a way to work with what you have, and that'll help you create really cool things. Okay, so put this here. I'm tearing off a bit of tape, and I'm going to tape this to its hand. The rod's actually going to become part of its hand. Here we go. Zup, 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 zup. Ooh. Hey, pleased to meet you. And I'll move this around this so I can sit down and do it. Okay, there we go. So there's our little rod puppet with that. So, what do we have? We have a snackigator. We have an iBox puppet. We have this crazy rod mouth puppet that I made. And we have the teacup puppet. Can you guys, let's get some ideas of what people have at home. So we've already heard a few of them. Write in the puppets you've made in this workshop. Georgia and I want to show you how to bring these ones to life. The very first thing we need to do is clear the table.
We don't throw scissors.
Never throw scissors.
Never throw scissors.
Forgot about this one because it's got teeth.
Oh.
Maybe I'll quickly make something with that.
I think we can make something with that.
Okay, I'm going to be super quick with this so we can move on to the next part. And I'm going to take some tape and I'm going to put it here on one side and here on the back. I think you guys know what I might be making. Tell me what kind of puppets you've made at home in this workshop so far. And I'll put this here, put this one over here.
So Griffin says he has a Woolodile and a paper cup eagle.
Ooh.
A Woolodile?
Yes, that's his wool crocodile. It's a Woolodile.
A Woolodile, I love it.
A Woolodillion.
Oh.
Anna has made a frog and a camel and a lizard out of stuff around the house.
Oh, wow.
Does your frog look like that frog? We got a big frog up the back there. They might be friends.
Chloe is getting ready to make a puppet out of egg carton.
Ooh.
Chloe, that sounds awesome. My gosh, I would love to see some of those. Please send in your pictures to us. Okay, so I've got something at the top. What do you think that will turn into?
A refrigerator.
Not a refrigerator. I'm going to draw... Oh, I've got to make them red eyes. I'm going to do one red eye here. Shush. That's it. Another one here. And let's give it pupils.
Henry has made a bird, snail, mouse, and a person.
Wow.
Oh, Henry, that sounds awesome, mate.
You guys are so good at this. You're getting so many puppets out.
I'm impressed. Gosh, I have eyes, but where's the mouth? Let's do this.
I get a bit scared when Mitch gets excited about a puppet because it usually means it's going to eat me later.
Social distancing.
That's alright, I've got my snacker-gator to protect me, don't I?
Yeah, those snacker-gator teeth look really mean, don't they?
I suppose we could also name him a gummy gator if he's got no teeth.
That's a good idea. Oh, that's a gummy gator. You can have your gummy gator, and I'll have my box monster. Gum, gum, gum. Gum, 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 gum. So if I wanted to spend more time, I could actually create bottom teeth out of this here. And, well, let's just do it quickly. I don't think it'll take very long. So, see how I've opened the box like this? The top teeth are here, and the bottom teeth, we're just going to do the same thing.
So while Mitch is cutting, if I was to change this from a snacker-gator to a gummy gator, do you think that the sound would change too? Would he be less scary? Would he be a little bit nicer? Could he be old? Could he be a little old gummy gator?
Oh, I like that idea of a little old gummy gator. That's very, very cool.
Gummy gator.
So Leader's mouse car has turned into a crocodile now as well.
Oh,
Whoa.
fantastic, leader.
It's a transformer.
I think your puppet, Mitch, would look really cool with a big tongue as well.
I think it would look good with a big tongue. I wonder how I would do that.
Maybe the plastic. Cut the plastic.
Oh, I might have a good idea. I'll be right back.
Perfect.
I saw this on Club earlier. I hope he doesn't accidentally bite his own tongue.
Gum, 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 gum. Gum, 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 gum. Oh, it eats things. So you discover all kinds of things about the puppets as you're making them. Okay, so I reckon we should do a little bit of a puppet show. Now, I'm going to clear the depths of our space. And let's have this one here. This can be here. So we might do it side by side first. So one of us will go first, and then we'll do it together. I just realised that we can't see him if he's on the edge there. So maybe I'll pop him on something. This is very impromptu puppet theatre stuff, folks. Here we go. You can be up there. And then, what are we going to call this one? Can anyone give me an idea of what we could call this? I'm just calling him Box Monster currently. Can someone tell me what name we should call this character? Okay. Let's try it and see how we go. So I'll go first with a little scene here. Then Georgia's going to do her scene, and then our puppets are going to interact together. You ready? Do, 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 do. Hey, nice to meet you all. Not quite sure how I will get down. I'm not sure I want to get down now.
can I help you?
Okay, now we're going to put this together and see what we come up with. So, we'll have this one going here. Nom, 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 nom. Nom, 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 nom. Oh, help! Someone please help! There's a box monster! Nom, 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 nom. Oh!
I'll save you, good citizen!
Run away!
Run away!
Thank you very much. So that's an impromptu puppet show that you can do with these. When you are playing with your puppets, there's all kinds of things that you can create. The main thing is rehearsing. So this is Georgia and I just playing around very quickly. But if we were to spend more time doing this, we would spend a little bit of time thinking about how each puppet moves. So what I want you to do now is stop making for a moment and go back to one of these puppets. Let's explore it more and see how it moves. Okay? So just grab one puppet. I'm going to choose the box monster because I happen to really like it. And then, yeah, let's see how it sleeps. So the first thing, step back away from your puppet. You pop your hands on your puppet and make it sleep. Ooh. 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 When you're ready, shh, I'll make your puppet wake up. And your puppet needs to walk about looking for food. It's hungry, it's breakfast time. So when it finds breakfast, I want the puppet to eat it. It might delicately nibble on it, or it might devour it, depending on what kind of puppet it is. When your puppet's ready, introduce it to one of the other puppets. What happens? Yum! Bye bye. Hop, hop, hop. Goodbye, Snackagator.
Yep, yep.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Before you go, there's all kinds of stuff around our studio now. So, my name's Mitchell.
And my name's Georgia, so
We're-
thank you for having me, guys.
We're
Sorry,
from
Mitchell.
Curious Legends. That's all right. You can interrupt me anytime, Georgia. It's totally fun. We're from Curious Legends, and tomorrow there's another fantastic workshop with Alex Wagner from Sketch It Live. See you later, Georgia.
See you later, guys.
Everyone, wave goodbye to Georgia. We'll see you next time. Now, so tomorrow's workshop is at 1:30 p.m. Thursday we're back here at 1:30, and I'm going to show everyone how to make shadow puppets. We're going to be playing with light and darkness. And then we have more workshops on Saturday and all of next week. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. If you get a chance, I would love you to be able to send in some of the videos of the puppets you've made and also pictures so we can see them. If you'd like us to share them, let us know. And if it's just for us, let us know that too, and we won't share them. Thanks again to all the support that we have gotten to do these workshops. It's been great. Orica has given us funding, and Newcastle Libraries, Create New South Wales. However, we're going to try and continue these workshops for the next 6 months while this terrible pandemic is happening. If you would like to buy us a coffee, that would enormously help us keep the lights on in the studio. So you can go to our website. There are links from the workshop page, or you can go to Ko-fi, ko-fi.com and search for us. Thank you very much, folks, and we'll see you next time.
Wait, Mitch. Griffin says you're not allowed to go yet. He doesn't want us to go.
Oh, that's so nice, Griffin. Do you know what, matey? If you haven't seen the workshop we did yesterday, have a look. It's on Facebook and it will be up on our website soon. I've just got to edit the page and put it up there. And unfortunately, I now have to go back to my kids. I'll see you tomorrow.